Are you a plaintiff or an attorney involved in a lawsuit and need money to continue your case? Lawsuit funding may be the way to go. Lawsuit funding is one of those quiet secrets only a few people know about. This service has only been around for a few short years. In fact, most attorneys themselves don't even know about it. What is lawsuit funding, you ask? It is simply a funding company providing a cash advance to a plaintiff or attorney involved in a lawsuit. The funding company is betting that the plaintiff will win his or her case and will pay back the advance with some interest. This is a relatively new segment of the cash flow industry, but it is growing by leaps and bounds. In other words, based upon the strength of the case, the lawsuit funding company will provide in advance, normally 10 to 15% of the amount of money the plaintiff is expected to receive should he win his case. What makes lawsuit funding so exciting is that this advance is non-recourse. Non-recourse means that should the plaintiff not win his case, he does not owe the money back to the funding company. Why lawsuit funding? It's rather simple. It levels the lawsuit playing field. Typically, lawsuit defendants, large insurance companies, large manufacturers, banks, etc., have deep pockets. The plaintiffs, on the other hand, are normally average, ordinary citizens. These large companies tend to strain the process out, hoping that the plaintiff will run out of money and quickly settle the case for next to nothing. Take, for instance, slip and fall cases and auto accidents. These cases account for more than 3 million injuries each year in the U.S. Many result in job loss, severe injuries, paralysis, and head traumas. Some are even permanent and irreversible. Many require expensive medical care, the cost of which can easily bankrupt the family. This is where lawsuit funding comes in. A lawsuit funding advance gives the plaintiff enough money to pay his or her medical bills, mortgage payments, and other household bills. The problem is, most lawsuit plaintiffs do not know they can get a lawsuit funding advance. They can qualify for funding ranging from $250 to over $1 million for an individual case and up to $10 million in a commercial case. How does lawsuit funding work? It's simple and straightforward. The plaintiff fills out an application and submits it to the lawsuit funding company. The company contacts the plaintiff and his lawyer and asks background questions about the case. The company then sends the plaintiff a contract. The plaintiff signs the contract and the company transfers the money into the plaintiff's bank account or FedExes the funds directly to him, whichever way he prefers. Is lawsuit funding necessary? Of course it's not. If a plaintiff can get money easily from other sources, then they may wish to do so. Some of the options that have been used in the past are the use of high-rate credit cards, but of course the drawback there is you've got to pay those back immediately. Many folks have borrowed from family and friends. We absolutely do not recommend this because it never ends up well. Some have taken out bank loans, but good luck on this in this economy. And also, getting a home equity loan or a second mortgage is next to impossible. Nothing is as easy and risk-free as getting lawsuit funding. There are many advantages to using lawsuit funding. First, everything is confidential. There is no risk to the plaintiff at all. Applying is free and without obligation. There are no fees of any sort. There are no credit or employment checks. Bad credit, even no credit is okay. Approval is quick, sometimes in as little as 6 to 8 hours. Funds can be had the very same day. Funds can be used for any purpose whatsoever. The plaintiff pays back the advance only if he or she wins. If he or she loses, he or she pays nothing at all back. No attorney approval is necessary, and it's available for all types of civil and commercial lawsuits. Who is eligible for lawsuit funding? Well, anyone involved in a lawsuit, such as personal injury, product liability, auto accidents, patent infringement, malpractice, employment discrimination, fraud, breach of contract, negligence, class action, civil rights, whistleblower, workers' compensation, but not in all states, however, wrongful death, commercial litigation, etc. If you are represented by a lawyer, you may qualify. Spread the word. You can get an advance against your lawsuit. If you have a friend, family member, or business associate going through a lawsuit, let them know about this great new service.